What is going on, guys? It's Kojoforex aka GBP Emperor aka Emperor of Blues. In today's video, I'm going to break down two trade setup that I actually took that made me over 540 pips. Now, the interesting thing about these two trades is that I actually had to take them two times, right? Two different occasions. The first time I took those trades was last 2 weeks Friday, and then the other time that I took them was last week Tuesday as well. Now, in both trades, I actually shared it to the community members for free. So if you're not part of the community, then click in the link in the description to join the Kojoforex Telegram community, where I share trade signals for free to the community members as well. So you guys know that now I've set up an office and I mostly trade from my office, which has a television that is connected to Bloomberg. So for the most part, I'm following global news and then trading as well. So over the week while I was trading, I was really following global news and I had so much insight into what was going on in the Japanese market, right? So the Japanese yen had so much, macroeconomic situations going on, which was not in favor for the Japanese yen actually. And to break it down in a simple term, it was basically due to the fact that most economies around the globe are increasing their interest rate just to curb the shock of recessions and inflation and stuff like that. But when you come to the Japanese market, they are still having almost zero or negative interest rate, which means that they are actually not driving investors and money into the economy as they should as compared to the other economy. So because of that, it was actually driving most of the Japanese currency pairs really down, and then most currencies were really trading so strong against them. Particular ones are GBP JPY, USD JPY, and then Euro JPY. So after careful monitoring of these currency pairs, when they have been overly extended against the Japanese yen, I realized that, well, it was about time that the Japanese yen also gained some level of strength against them. It's what happens in the market, right? No currency gains weakness forever. At any point in time at all, it tends to gain some level of strength against the currency that is being weakened against. The only thing is that as a trader, you need to have that skill set, that technical ability and know-how to be able to spot that reversal, and that is what I sought to do. So without wasting my time, I'm going to go right into the chart and break down how I had to take this trade two times before I actually caught the right move that made me ride on this market for huge pips, making over 540 pips for both trades that I took, right? One actually making 340 and one also making over 200 pips. So yeah, guys, the two trades that I took, like I rightly told you, is GBP JPY and Euro JPY. For the purpose of this scenario, I'm going to break down the GBP JPY scenario first, right? So if you look at this chart, you can actually see that GBP JPY started rising all the way from here. That was last 2 weeks, and then made a slight push on the downside and continued, which is last week, and came all the way back down, right? Now the interesting thing is that, like I told you guys previously, I was able to catch two moves on this, right? Which was the first move? The first move was this drop here, and then the second move was this here. Both trades actually sent it to the community members for free. So I'm going to put it somewhere there so that you see that, yeah, I'm not capping. I actually did send them out to the community members. Now the whole trade idea is what I want to break down to you. So if you really watch this market using the replay tool, you're going to see that all the way up to here, the market had been overly extended, right? So when I say overly extended, I'm literally meaning that the market had been trading in one side for a long time, and then the average pip movement for a currency pair like GBP JPY on a week basis, you can get about 200 250 pips. But now if you really want to measure the pip movement for this, then we have well over 560 pips, which was just giving me the clue that one way or the other, before the week ends, we're going to start spotting some reversal patterns. And the thing that actually gave the whole cue to that was the fact that it was also now relaxing on a resistance zone, which is like my point of interest, my key point of interest being this resistance range right here. So I started monitoring GBP JPY just around this range in confluence with the other currency pairs, and then using the information that I had from Bloomberg, just like the way I was sharing with you. So what I did now was to monitor the key confirmation that is going to incite that interest for the fact that we're going to have that sell momentum right here. So yeah, indeed, I did catch that sell momentum, expecting that we're going to have this market trade all the way back down. But let's see exactly what happened when I spotted those moves. So if you watch this market, you're going to see that we initially had this big drop first, which was not convincing for me, by the fact that when we have a market move in an overly extended manner like that, the first drop is usually not what is going to push this market further down, because the market actually knows the psychology of traders, thinking that, okay, they are thinking this and has been overly extended, it's actually going to drop, and then it does not actually drop abruptly. So a region like this, sometimes I do wait for a double top scenario, and then I'm going to catch the entry on that second double top, right? So I did actually wait, and then let's see indeed what did happen from there on. So if I use the replay tool, you're going to see that we created a double top scenario where I actually had my entry just right about this range. So taking my entry here, and then expecting take profit all the way down there, which is, let's say, half of this initial move, which is like me expecting a fib retracement coming back into this range, let's say 50% or 61.8% retracement region. Let's see indeed the reality of what happened on this market. So when I still use the replay, you can see that, yeah, we did come into some beautiful profit, right? Just about, if I use the measuring tool here, about 120 pips already, right? But what happened is this market started going in the opposite direction, right? So you can see that when I do play this, it actually also started going in the opposite direction, and then there on the week actually ended. But obviously, if you're a trader and then the market gives you about 120 pips, they should do well to take some partial profit and put stop loss at break even, right? You can see that there on with the next week, we actually started making higher moves in the opposite direction, and then again actually started getting the clue to also start plotting new moves in terms of where the market is likely to go, breaking the initial high. So I started spotting this range as my key point of interest, and then this range as well as the next level of interest. So there I had cleared all these markups from my chart, right? And then now focusing on those 2 points of interest that I had established for you, keenly watching exactly what was going to happen here in terms of price action, and then using that as an example or basis to jump in on this trade, right? So yeah, watching the price action happening here, you're going to observe that the market just was moving on a very slow basis, and then I was not convinced in any way that we're finding some confirmation just around here. I really wanted to take my time because I know how manipulative this market can be, especially when it's giving you this first try here and it's trying to visit another region, right? And then being the fact that we have this zone right here, which is not too far away from the last high, then usually you have the market trying to be very manipulative within this range in terms of using a huge spike, tap into that range, taking anybody out who has been already jumping on this trade earlier, and then before rightly moving in the right direction, right? So let's see exactly what happened with this. So yeah, exactly what I said. That's where you guys see that, yeah, this GBP JPY actually spikes up, and then if you have your trade entry anywhere before this range, then you'd be actually taken out of the trade, right? If not that, then you're actually going to be in a huge drawdown before perhaps it comes back into the entry range, right? So I was very patient watching here because here I still not got any confirmation that the bears were in control, because we can see that if you really watch into that zone, all you can see is that bullish, bearish, bullish, bearish. But the last wick here, which creates this shooting star, it's actually a bullish shooting star, not a bearish shooting star. So I had to really take my time, right? Let's watch what happens next. So guys, with this next candidate, I see that yes, the bears are in control. So this was exactly the pinnacle of my interest in the market. I decided that I am going to go short on GBP JPY. It was actually very late in the day. It was just around 3 to 4 p.m. there, but I had almost closed out from the office and just about heading home, and I saw this move. Like, I'm not going to let this move, pass me by. So I just jumped in and then shared it with the community members, right? But let's see how this thing played out before the week actually ended. So following through, you're going to see that right on, we just jumped into profit, no drawdown as much, and then this market started actually moving straight away into profit, not really pulling back in the opposite direction. And before the week actually ended, we had actually accumulated well over 340 pips on GBP JPY. Similar breakdown was exactly what did happen for Euro JPY and then AED JPY, but I actually took the trade setup on GBP JPY and then Euro JPY, and I shared both trades to the community members for free. So if you like this kind of breakdown, you really want me to do that, then smash the like button and subscribe to this channel if you haven't done that already. Click in the link in the description to join the Kojoforex Telegram community. Obviously, I told you that is where I share the trade signals for free. And follow me on all social media at KOJOFOREX, especially on Instagram, because I do a lot of Instagram live and I break down charts like this as well. So without wasting my time, I hope you guys really love this breakdown. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.